There was a comment from DZIU Gaz on the channel. It's there an answer to what actually was happening to Jane during the end. Because as we saw, clearly she was brainwashed or something. It was like two polar opposite personalities in her mind existing. This is an awesome question. And this is a question that I don't have an answer to, but I wanted to talk to you guys about. Because yeah, what the hell was going on with Jane Harrow at the end? We clearly see in those final missions that Jane Harrow was trapped inside of her own mind. And there was this evil entity, this double personality, this other version of her that was fueled by anger, greed, betrayal. And it was like a completely different person. And Marshall mentions this a couple of times during some of their conversations. But the thing was that with Makarov, you know that Makarov is evil. With Hassan, you know that Hassan is evil. With Dragovich, you know he's evil. You know that these characters are evil, and they're evil because of whatever reasons they decide to choose. Because something happened to them, because they want to be, because they want power or whatever. But Jane wasn't just evil for the sake of being evil. Something happened to her, something tragic, but it was almost like it wasn't really her that was doing it. It was like it was her second personality that was being evil and doing all these bad things. And then that one personality that loved Marshall, that talked to Marshall, that worked with Woods and all that stuff, that person was Jane A. And then the person that talked shit to Marshall, that was willing to kill Marshall, that was part of Pantheon, that was Jane B. And so you begin to ask yourself what happened. Throughout the final mission, there's a pursuit of Jane in her own mind to find the truth and to break free. It felt like she wanted to break free of the evil version of herself. And so, Adler gives her the serum and she starts seeking the truth and seeing what's going on and trying to put the pieces back together. But then you have evil Jane trying to stop her throughout the whole mission, not letting her get to the truth, pushing her back, making it difficult for her, breaking the glass. All these different things to avoid making the real Jane reach the truth. And so throughout the mission, I started asking myself, okay, so Jane is actually good, but something was going on in her mind that made her bad. Jane was actually not a mole, but something happened and now she got brainwashed, she got pushed or something like that. And so you start asking all these different questions because it just seems so odd. But what made it the most confusing, in my opinion at least, is when we finally get towards like the latter part of the mission, towards the end, where we're in this like hotel and we're killing all the freaking crazy evil Janes as hard as we can, and we're trying to escape, and we see this helicopter and Jane is running, and she jumps and she grabs Wood's hand and Wood saves her, and they're a team. It was like Jane finally got freed, like the real Jane came out, and the evil Jane is dead and she's put behind us. This is me, Woods, this is the real Jane, let's talk. That's what that part of the mission felt like, and she goes back to her bedroom mind place and she grabs the glass and she fights the evil Jane, fights it with all her might to put the glass back in there, and boom, this big explosion. And you're like, okay, so the real Jane just came out. Jane is now going to help us. Jane is now going to be good, and we're going to figure out what happened to Pantheon and why she was mind controlled and who this evil version of her was. She realized the truth. That's what I thought happened. That's what I saw happen. But when we go back to reality, Pantheon breaks the door to the Rook, comes inside and attacks Woods. They free Jane Harrow and Jane gets up and she's evil again. Whatever happened in her mind served no purpose. It didn't make her good. It didn't make her see things differently. It didn't do anything besides let us know, the player know, what truly happened to her, what was going on in her mind, and then what her rationale was behind it. But it didn't save Jane Harrow the character. It didn't redeem Jane Harrow the character. It didn't change Jane Harrow at all. She was evil when she was caught. She was evil during the serum injection, and she was evil after she was saved by Pantheon. So what happened? Did she lose the battle? Because when Wood saved her in the helicopter, it looked like she won the battle. It looked like good Jane had come out on top, Jane A. But when she came out, Jane B, the evil Jane, was the one that was still controlling her body, was still the one controlling her mind. So what the hell was the point? And the comment that the subscriber or the viewer presented to us in the comment section of our last video made a lot of sense. What happened? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the point was of showing her have two different personalities. I mean, again, at that point, it didn't even feel like a Call of Duty game. It felt like something completely different. But I just didn't understand. Did the real Jane that we know cause all this havoc? Is she the mole for Pantheon? Was she working for Pantheon? Or was it the evil Jane? What happened to the good Jane? Where is she? Where is she? I don't know. Just like Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which left us with a lot of questions, maybe this video here left you guys with a lot of questions. But my mind is going in circles because I don't know. I don't understand the answer to this. I don't know what the point of that mission was. What happened?